What's up everybody, this is KG. Today I'm going to be talking to you about my adventures in Greece. So the reason I want to talk to you about Greece today is because I have a university friend of mine. Her name is Maria, and we've been in touch over the years, and her family is originally from Greece, and she has invited me to visit her there, and that is why I have been there 2 times. What I'm going to do in this video is tell you about the different places in Greece that I have been and my adventures in those places. I'm going to start out with Athens. It's the main capital of Greece, and most people who go to Greece will visit Athens at some point in their trip. Now, Athens has a history being known for the birthplace of democracy. It also was the starting point of the Olympics. The first ever Olympics took place in Athens. And there are many historical and archaeological sites there, and the most popular one being the Acropolis. On top of the Acropolis is the famous Parthenon. The Parthenon is dedicated to Athena, the goddess of wisdom. And I've been lucky enough to visit the Parthenon on 2 different occasions, and both times I had a great experience. Now, there are many other historical sites you can visit in Athens, so I would suggest you take the time and visit the various locations and see what Athens has to offer. Now, aside from Athens, the most popular thing in Greece to do is visit the many different islands there. So I have had the chance to visit a number of different islands there. The first one I'm going to tell you about is called Aegina. Maria's parents actually own a house in Aegina, which is a very popular thing for many people who live in Athens. They have vacation homes or homes off the mainland on this island, Aegina, because it is very close to Athens. A popular historical destination on the island of Aegina is the Temple of Aphaia. The island is now a popular tourist destination, and many people go there for summer vacation. It is also known for its pistachio trees and various different nuts that grow on that island. When I was in Greece, I also got to take a 3-island tour. The 3 islands were Poros, Hydra, and Spetses. I got to spend a day on each island and get the feel for the island, try out the different foods there, and check out their nightlife. So Poros is a great vacation island. They have nice beaches and nice sightseeing in that island. It is a hilly type island. Also, the nightlife there is very lively. When I was there, it was the summertime. Many kids were on vacation, and they were all there going out, eating, drinking, having a great time overall. The second island was Hydra, and that is Greek for water, which is funny because the island itself does not have any drinkable water. So they actually have to have their water imported into the island and stored in reservoirs on the island. The other cool thing about this island is that they do not allow vehicles onto this island, so you have to travel by either foot, take donkey rides to wherever you need to go, and there is a garbage truck that roams around the island just to pick up garbage, but other than that, no vehicles on this island. And the third island, Spetses, again is another great destination for vacationing, relaxation, beaches, parties, so on and so forth. So all those islands are great to check out and to get a feel for various islands throughout Greece. Now, this is a tour you can actually take right off the port in Athens, and it takes you to all 3 of these islands and brings you back. There are also tours in there that will include Aegina as well, in case you're thinking of checking out that island. So now I want to tell you a little story about a wedding I got to attend while I was in Greece. Maria had some friends who were getting married in the city of Kalamata in Greece. So at the time we were in Athens, and we took a vehicle and we drove through the Peloponnese to get to Kalamata for the wedding. Now, the Peloponnese is a very mountainous and hilly region, and we drove and zigzagged through the Peloponnese. And when you're zigzagging up the mountain and down the mountain, then up another one and down another one. And it's a very treacherous type of roadway to go through, because if you're not paying attention, you can easily drive off the end and fall over. So although it was a very scenic route, it was very tedious to get to Kalamata, but at the same time, I got to see that part of Greece in depth. Now, Kalamata itself is very beautiful. I thought it was one of the most beautiful and scenic areas that I've been to in Greece. It's a coastal area. The sea is out there in front of you. There's nice beach areas. There's nice hotels along the waterfront. And it's a great place to go for a vacation and to relax. On top of that, I got to attend a Greek wedding, which was a bonus. The bride and groom came in on horse and carriage. I got to see all the different ceremonies, and the reception had so many different songs and music from different areas of Greece. In the reception, they were doing different dances from those regions as well. And in case you didn't know, Kalamata is known for their olives. Their olives are famous throughout the world, and it is a big part of their economy. So they have olives, olive oil. They use it for different types of economical means. Now on our way back from Kalamata to Athens, we stopped in the Peloponnese in a region called the ancient Mycenae. Now the ancient Mycenae was a powerful city in the ancient Greek times, and the ruins are still there, and I had a chance to see them. It was the most powerful ancient city-state in ancient Greece. The king at the time was Agamemnon. He led the coalition of Greek city-states in the Battle of Troy. Lots of gold was found in the tombs that were buried in that site as well. Two interesting landmarks I checked out there was the Lion's Gate, which was the entrance to the old city, and there was a tomb buried under a hill, and it's a honeycomb or a dome-shaped tomb that I visited as well. So overall, I got to see a lot of history and ancient civilization remains that are still intact to this day. Now the next island I'm going to tell you about is my favorite island I visited in Greece. The island is called Santorini. It is a very famous island. Everybody knows about it, and it is one of the highest tourist destinations in Greece. Many people go there for weddings or for honeymoons, and it's very easy once you go there to see why people would do that. Now, first of all, the island of Santorini was a volcanic island that exploded, and the middle of the island kind of collapsed inwards. And what happened was you had civilization now that came up to a certain point, and then you have cliff edges going around the outside. So you have civilization on a cliff edge, which makes for very scenic views. Now it is still an active volcano in the middle, so it's slowly building back up in the middle with volcanic activity. But as of right now, I do not believe it has any inclination to erupt, but with anything volcanic, who knows? But either way, the island is a beautiful place to visit. Now they have rules on this island such that they need to repaint their buildings every single year, so it looks fresh and clean every time you visit it. A funny story that happened to me in Greece was when I was at the wedding in Kalamata, I somehow dropped my driver's license at that wedding, and I didn't even realize I had done it. Luckily, somebody found my driver's license and gave it to the bride and groom. And the bride and groom recognized me as Maria's friend and called Maria and let her know they had found my driver's license. Funny enough, they were going to be in Santorini for their honeymoon the same time that me and Maria were in Santorini as well. So it gave us an excuse to meet up with the bride and groom. They returned my driver's license back to me, and we had a wonderful dinner together in Santorini. So some other things to keep in mind about this island is that the way you dock on the island is you dock at the bottom of this cliff edge, and the waters can be rough at times. So certain days you may try to make it to the island and can't even get there because the water is too rough. But when the water is nice enough, you can dock in there and come into the island. So another funny story about Santorini is one of the days we were there, we were going to be going to the middle island, which is the volcanic area. They also have some hot springs to explore. But on our way down the cliff edge, Maria and myself, we decided to take a donkey ride down to the bottom of the cliff edge. Of course, my donkey had his own plans and did not really want to take me down to the bottom. He kept going side to side, stopping halfway down, munching on leaves and trees, pooping over and over. So basically my donkey was useless. Maria's donkey got down to the bottom of that cliff edge much sooner than mine. Eventually my donkey did get me to the bottom, but it was a bit of a journey to get there. The center of the island is really just rocks and the reformation of the volcano slowly with the activity in there. You smell the sulfur gases in some areas. And again, because it's an active volcano, you have these sulfur areas which create these mineral spring type waters. So people like to swim in there, and those are considered healing waters. If there is only one island you can visit in Greece, I would definitely recommend Santorini. And finally, the last island I'm going to tell you about is called Lemnos. Lemnos is the island where my friend Maria's family is originally from. Her grandparents are from that island, and her historical links are back to that island. The second time I visited Greece, I was on that island for the entire trip except for one day where we went through Athens. Now the island of Limnos has very few tourists from outside of Greece. Now I was lucky enough to get to stay in the main town of Marina, and there's a castle there that overlooks the whole city and into the sea out there. I also got to stay in a nice hotel by the sea, and I could swim in the sea every single day, which was a wonderful thing. The other cool thing that happened on this island was that Maria's uncle used to go fishing every morning and catch fresh seafood, and he would bring it back, and we would go to either a family or relative's house, or we would go to a local restaurant, or we would even have picnics on the beach and cook the food and eat it fresh. And that was some of the best seafood I've had in my entire life. So my adventures on the island of Limnos were incredible and memorable, and I will never forget those times. And those are the places I have been to in Greece. Once again, I think Greece is a wonderful place to visit. There are many more islands you can visit, but these are the places I have been to, and these are my experiences at these locations. I hope this gives you a better idea of some of the locations and areas in Greece and encourages you to visit them at some point in the future. So thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed to my channel already, please do so. Share this video with your friends, and we'll see you guys again next time. Take care. Peace out.